Actually, this is going to be a live workshop where we will build an AI agent using Zapier. So I haven't prepared a presentation or anything. I have prepared a few notes, and I have some, some tabs open. But this will be a live demo, basically a live demonstration of how to build an agent for the specific use case that we came up with. So assuming we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube and everything runs smoothly, I can begin, Zach.
Sure, George.
Okay. So let me share my screen with you. I'm sharing my entire screen. I guess you can see my screen, right? Zach, can you?
Yes, George.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's get straight into it. Let's answer a basic question. What is an agent, an AI agent? An AI agent is a buzzword, but the very simple and straightforward answer is that it's an AI system that's performing actions on your behalf. So that's the definition. What do you need now to set up a Zapier agent, since Zapier will be the tool we'll be using for this live demo? You need two things. You need data. So you need a data source, and you also need to define the behavior. And the behavior is defined through two things, basically. You need a trigger, something that triggers the behavior, and you also need an action. So after the behavior is triggered, you need an action, right? Some behavior basics, even though we will discuss more a bit later. You can use symbols, as you will see. You can use, and you should use, different sections to break down the different aspects of the agent's behavior. And you can also use all caps to highlight important things in terms of the behavior again. So let's begin. We are on Zapier, right? And the first thing we want to do is to create our data source. For that, we will be using Zapier tables. You can think of tables as basically, a sheet, right? Like Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheets and whatnot. And so if you come here and click on table, you will get to a page with all your tables, basically. Let me just close this. Okay. And here I can go and click create. I can start from, a template that Zapier they have on their library.
Papa.
Oh, Agustin. Sorry about that.
An unexpected incident. It's okay.
He just wanted to show me the clean clothes his mom gave me.
It's okay.
him.
These things happen in life.
Yeah,
So
of course. So we have the template library, and we can pick a table and start from here, or we can start with a blank table. Give it a name, a description, and start building our table from scratch, basically. So we have a table ready. Obviously, I prepared it for the purposes of this workshop. And by the way, I forgot to mention that there will be no recording or anything, or there will be, but it will be gated behind a paywall for GrowthWaves Pro members. Okay, so if you don't want to pay for GrowthWaves Pro, you better stick with us until the end. So we have a table, a Zapier table that again we will use for demonstration purposes. And what do we have here? So you can come and add fields, remove rows. It's pretty dynamic, really, and you can do pretty much everything you could do with a Google Sheet. So what we have here is 3 columns. We have the URL, example.com/A, B, C, D, and so on. We have the traffic for the previous month, and all of that, obviously, none of that is real. It's all hypothetical for the use case we are building here. So we have traffic for the previous month, and we also have traffic for this month, okay? And so one thing to note here is that you can come on any of the columns you have and click on edit field to adjust certain settings like the name, choose the field type between text, number, and whatnot. Choose the alignment, and if you want, you can even choose an icon just to make it more visually pleasing, right? You can dive deep into the tables feature that Zapier has, and when I say deep, you can run entire workflows basically through a table, but we want to keep it simple because we are using it as a data source for our agent, okay? And so we have the data source ready, and we have 3 columns: URL, traffic for the previous month, and traffic for this month. And then we are going to start building our agent based on this data source, which is one of the 2 things that we need. The second is the behavior, as I mentioned previously. So similarly, agents, as you can see, when you start building an agent, you can see a similar screen. I mean, you can use a template or you can start from scratch. We will start from scratch because we want to build something for our specific use case. So I will name this workshop agent, and I will click start from scratch, okay? Once I do that, you can see that I am here in this environment, in this new window, and I'm working in this workshop agent, as you can see, and I have 2 options here. I can choose between chat and configure. I will click on configure, right? And I will start configuring, aka building my agent. Now, let me go back here because I have some cheats, obviously. I'm not going to build the whole thing from scratch right now, since I did that earlier today. First, we can share a short description as to what this agent does. I have found, even though I'm not exactly sure about that, but I have found a correlation between the description and the behavior of the agent. So that's to say that descriptions matter, right? And so here the description we are going to give is, this is an agent that's monitoring my content inventory's performance in terms of traffic fluctuations on a month-over-month basis, okay? Now, how you will bring data to this data source, it could be a Google Sheet, it could be any of the available data sources like on Zapier, is a different story, right? We are not going to discuss building databases and bringing data from various data sources into a table or sheet or whatever. What we are going to discuss is how we can build a use case out of this and how we can use it, leverage it to build an agent. Okay, so we've defined the description. That's great. And the next thing we want to do is to connect this data source that we have. So here we have different options, like we can use Google Sheets, we can use HubSpot, upload our own file, which I guess is going to be a bit static, or we can use Zapier table. Okay, and this is what we are going to choose, and we are going to choose the one that that I showed you just now. Let's see if I can add it. So add data source, and it's already synced. It usually takes a while to be synced, but in this case, it's already synced. The next thing I want to do is click on create behavior. Okay, I'm going to click create behavior, and as you can see here, I'm on a new screen. And as we discussed, going back here for a minute, we need two things. We need data, which we have already defined and connected to our agent, and we also need to define the behavior. The behavior starts from the trigger, and then we have the action. So if I go back here, the trigger, which is first, has to be defined here. Okay, so I will click, it's obviously going to be, so I will click on schedule by Zapier, and I would like my agent to, or this behavior to trigger every month on a specific day of the month. Okay, so what I will choose is schedule by Zapier every month. Day of the month, I want the first, and time of the day, let's go with 8 a.m. for consistency purposes, because that's what I did earlier, and I want to do the same. So our triggered has been defined. Okay, going back here for a minute, this is my cheat for defining the behavior. I'm going to just copy it and bring it to my instructions canvas, or however you want to call it. And so here it goes. Of course, I'm going to make some adjustments here, right? Okay, so let's see. So here, as I mentioned earlier, it's always good to use simples, use different sections. So I'm starting with role, I'm continuing with a task, and I'm going to walk you through all of this, don't worry. For now, I just want to additional insights, and then we also have the third section, which is rules. And as you can see here, I also use all caps to highlight things that are important to me. Okay, so we have different sections. We use simples. We use all caps, right? But we need a couple of things. We need to bring our data into this behavior and instructions. And we also, since we've connected our data source, and we also need to insert an action, right? So I will start here. As you can see, I've left this field as like adjustable. My connected data source, and by the way, you can connect different data sources in this agent, but we will keep it simple for the purposes of this workshop. So here I added the workshop table that I want the agent to pull from. Let's see if I have anything else. Do I? Yeah, and then I need, yeah, that's it. So here I want to insert an action. The action will be, in our case, to send a message on Slack. Okay, send channel message. Yeah, that's right. We need to, of course, make some adjustments. We need to set a specific value for this field, because we don't want the agent to just, send like the output to any channel. We want to define the channel, right? And we will, just keep it simple. Use general from our Slack channel, from our Slack account. And in terms of the message text, which is, the other mandatory field, you can let your agent generate a value for this field. Okay, you can leave that as is. So what do we have here? We have the role. First of all, you're a marketing analyst who audits my content inventory, uncovers opportunities for content updates based on traffic fluctuations, and provides valuable insights into my content's performance. Then we have the task on the first day of every month at 8 a.m. EET. I want you to audit the workshop table, which is our data source, and uncover opportunities for content updates based on traffic fluctuations, and provide valuable insights into my content's performance. We explain the columns. URL is the page URL. Traffic previous month is, the traffic of the page for the previous month. Traffic this month is the traffic of the page for this month. On the first day of every month at 8 a.m. ET, you should look into all the page and traffic data in the data source. Here, I guess I made a mistake. I will insert it again. And send a message to the general channel, okay? Or send the following message, because basically here we are defining the message, right? The message structure. And the message structure is as follows. Hey team, here's this month's content audit. Pages that need attention. Here, let me add, I think that's bold, but we'll see in the output. Oh, sorry. So we have pages that need attention, and I explained that these are all the pages that have lost traffic in the last month in the form of a bulleted list. Pages that perform well include all pages that have gained traffic in the last month in the form of a bulleted list, and any additional insights include any additional insights you consider useful. Rules, these are the rules I have for now. Of course, we can add, and in fact you should add, and most likely you will add more rules as you see the behavior and like fine-tune the behavior. But the rules for now are: don't deviate from the task and the schedule, sort pages by percentage difference in descending order, okay? So let's click save and let's test the behavior. Now it will tell me that, you know what, like this will run on the 1st of the month, but I will ask it to run it now so that we can see, you know, if the behavior is acceptable, right? So I want you to run this now so I can see the output and tell you if the behavior is acceptable. So that's the message I'm sending it, and let's see what I will get back. Now most likely it will run it will follow the instructions I shared here. Yeah, and it's analyzing the data. Zach, how does that sound, by the way, so far? Is it? I think it's interesting. I just want to hear, since I hear only from you. I don't have any other people in here.
It is interesting, and I like the way that it's like communicating with the workflow by itself and giving answers and creating something on its own. So I like it. I want to see the results actually. And
yeah, let's see. Let's see. I'll show you also. Depending on how that goes, I'll show you what it gave me earlier today when I was building this this use case for the workshop. So we see what it does here. So it works in steps, right? Data retrieved, and now the next step is calculate some differences and whatnot. Which, by the way, this one is not something I requested like explicitly, right? But it understands that it needs to do it, like calculate the traffic difference and percentage change, so that it can like come up with the pages that need attention, pages that perform well, and so on. So it encountered an issue trying to access the workshop. Can you please verify that it's properly configured? And yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let me just, that's why, you know, I have this ready. So let's see. This is the exact same thing, by the way, the exact same thing that I ran earlier, right? Now, in this case, you have to troubleshoot that and go back and see the connection and see if everything is, you know, set up properly. But here's what it shared with me earlier today. Hey team, here's this month's content audit. And by the way, this sort pages by percentage difference in descending order rule, I added it after it gave me this output, right? And so, hey team, here's this month's content audit. Pages that need attention, and it shares all the pages, page C, as you can see, example.com/C, E, F, H, J, all pages that had a traffic loss and that we need to pay attention to. Pages that perform well, okay, we have all the pages that perform somewhat well, and if you run it with this rule, then you will get them in descending order, which is more helpful in both cases. And we also have some additional insights that it generated for us, right? Now, what we want to do, assuming this is like satisfactory, if it's not, we have to, you know, go back and forth. If you reply here, like, for example, I would like you to also add this rule or keep this in mind as you run this process and whatnot. Keep in mind that what that does is that it adds, it makes changes here in the instructions window. Okay, so I recommend that you do it yourself by adding rules or by adding new sections or anything that you find to be useful, and helpful for like defining the behavior and taking it to a level that's like satisfactory. Okay, but assuming that this is satisfactory, then we will click on approve, and you know the behavior has been approved. That's it. Or we will reply that this is exactly what I was looking for, and behavior is approved. So behavior is approved. I guess that will give it, that will basically tell the agent that, you know what, like this is it. That's what I'm looking for. And once that happens, it will save this approval and any feedback I may have given it. It tells me that the next scheduled run will be on April 1st, 2025, which, you know, sounds like a full stroke, but it will run the process based on our schedule, right? Based on what we defined. One last step is to enable that behavior, okay? And that means that your agent is up and running, and on April 1st at 8 a.m. EET, it will start, you know, analyzing the data based on like what you have in this table, okay? Now, one last thing I would like to mention is that every time you have a behavior that's, you know, every time your agent basically works on a task, you will be able to see a chat here as you see it for another use case we've built, which is, you know, generating a daily summary for everything that happened in all our client channels on Slack, okay? And this process, we've set it on a like daily schedule to run at 11:45 p.m. So that it collects everything that happened at the end of the day. And as you can see, it started on the 25th at 11:45, February 26th, February 27th, 28th, March 1st, 2nd, and so on and so forth, okay? And you will be able to, you know, open these charts basically and see this and see the output. And if you see that something like is off, something deviates from the rules you've set or from previous outputs you get, then you can like chat with the agent and like fine-tune the behavior, or which I recommend, go here and tweak the instructions. And by the way, speaking of you know, tweaking the instructions, as you can see, it added this at the bottom of the instructions, because when I clicked approved, that, you know what, like save that, this is approved, it added this little message here, right? So essentially what this chat dialogue like does is that it brings what the agent or what the AI understands from what I said, it brings it here in the instructions window, okay? So this is pretty much it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Do we have any questions, Zach, from the audience or from anyone really?
Not so far, George. I have one question actually. Will we share this cheat sheet? I mean, your guidelines and everything?
Sure.
Least,
I mean, yeah. I mean, we can share it, or in fact, it will be part of the, you know, we will upload it to Growth Waves, and it will be part of the article, right? So whoever wants it, they can simply pay for Groceries Pro, and they can get access to it along with, obviously way more resources and whatnot. And
Yes, because
yeah,
I mean it's quite interesting, and the fact that you can communicate quick wins and also inform internal teams on what's going on, what is going well and what's not, and also to inform clients about quick wins. I mean, instead of having them watch big reports and things and all this stuff, which are great, but I mean, okay, they are time consuming and they just want to see the quick win. I mean, okay, what we got here, and
I agree with you.
this
I
gives the
agree with
answer.
you. And
Yes,
and that's and by the way, that's just one use case, right? I mentioned
that's what I
the
was
other one
about
we
to ask you.
built for Slack, which creates a daily summary, which is very helpful for our team. And yeah, the sky's the limit. I mean, the things you can build with this thing um, are just, yeah. As long as you have data sources and you know what you want to build, you can simply build it.
Other implementations on things you are working on based on these workflows and agents.
Uh, that's a good question. Not right now. I mean, I'm playing and experimenting with AI a lot, and I always find new like ways to do old things, and I guess seeing what is possible changes my like perspective on things, and um, yeah, uh, you just feel that you can do way more, much better, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited in general about like all the things you can build, not just with Zapier, but like in general with these tools. Um, yeah.
Definitely, we will see fascinating things moving on. And one last thing, I want us to give a shout out to the event that you will be speaker, SerpConf Sofia, which is, by the way, this month, at the end of this month. Many amazing speakers, great lineup. The organization is great, and all the other things. So I believe that if you are near in Balkans and the countries near Sofia, this will be a great opportunity. Even also, if you would like to pick a few things out of George's head, this is a great opportunity.
Oh, let me just
George,
say here
anything?
on that, let me just say that just today I was working on the presentation, and like 99% of it is things I haven't shared anywhere else. And I think that it's very useful, and it will help people put things into perspective, especially if they are working at a company, and either they're starting from scratch, or they have a mature program and they ask the question, okay, now what should we do next. um,
Mm-hmm.
I designed the presentation in a way that answers these questions, and that helps equips people with like the knowledge and the perspective to understand the landscape, and also understand like what's next for SEO, what's the next phase of SEO for all of us.
Mm-hmm. And also we have a discount for everyone listening, which is Minuttia dash 15 for 15% off. So everyone who is listening and is interested in it, you can just grab a ticket with a discount. And
And
yeah,
by the way,
pretty much this is it.
yeah, and by the way, on that, one last thing. I don't know if you've ever been to Sofia. I've been once, many years ago. It's a very beautiful city, and if you happen to be around, make sure to join us. It's a great event, and they put a great production there. So yeah, I'm excited about it, and I look forward to it.
So see you there. And pretty much this is it. And see you all in the next weeks, probably Minuttia live event. And
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.